Tonight I'm reviewing It Lives Inside, and that better not be living inside my car. Jesus! G'day, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So tonight I caught the directorial debut of Bishmal Dutta's film called It Lives Inside. This film premiered at South by Southwest in 2022 and got some good attention. This film basically tells the story of Sam. She is a young teenage girl, East Indian girl who is living in America. She's trying to buck her Indian tradition, culture and roots to become a little bit more popular within an American high school. Therefore, she kind of sidelines her childhood friendship with Tamira, who has been displaying some very odd behavior. Now, when Tamira approaches Sam in a locker room with a jar filled with something weird and says that there is a monster inside that jar and she needs Sam's help, it doesn't work out too well. The jar smashes, things start going weird, and Tamira goes missing. Sam believes that something odd is now following her, and she employs some help and tries to find out what the devil is going on before she, in fact, dies a horrible, horrible death. Who can she trust? Who can she talk to? Is she going to be a stubborn teenager and not talk to her parents? Why do I feel like some of this is resonating? Anyway, so as I mentioned, this is a directorial debut. It's a creature feature. Pretty much what it says on the tin or in the jar, if you will. So this has Megan Suri as Sam. She's really good. We last saw her in Missing, which is a really good film if you haven't seen it. And there's a lot of other people in this that are first-timers. The director took a lot of inspiration from the films that he grew up watching, the American films, such as Jaws, but also wanted to draw upon his own Indian heritage and try and find something that was a bit of a linchpin to kind of connect those two worlds together. And that's where he found this thing called the Bikash. I think that's what it's called. Pikash? Let's call it a pickaxe. It's not, but anyway, this weird demon creature that kind of feeds on, well, it says it feeds on loneliness, but it kind of feeds on negativity. And that's the thing that Sam has to try and overcome and stop before it kills her friend Tamira and sets a nasty trail of events in motion. So it's an interesting premise, sort of that whole cultural identity, connecting with your culture in order to overcome an adversity, like, you know, that's like a curse which has been handed on type of thing. I mean, we've kind of seen that. Last time I think I saw that done really well was Smile, which again was sort of a short film which was kind of, you know, blown out into something bigger. I feel like this film, based on the fact that the director has directed 19 other short films before becoming his first feature film, it does feel very much like a short film premise but stretched into a longer version, and that long version seems very elongated. It does start quite strong, but then it kind of gets a little bit muddled in the middle and really finishes quite muddily. I think the biggest thing with this is that it doesn't really hit fully on any of the fronts that it's trying to commit to. It had some great ideas. It had a great possible setup of that cultural indifference going on, but I just feel like the execution wasn't overly well done. It did feel like a short film in a big film body, and why are they all there? It's not really clear. Is it because of Sam's dad's job, or you know, was it a promised land thing, or, you know, they're there to help the family? I'm not really sure. It wasn't made overly clear to me, and, you know, I would have liked a little bit more context behind it. I think the director was really wanting to get involved with this creature feature pretty much from the get-go to keep people propelling and moving forward. Yeah, there is some scare stuff in there. There's some relatively good jump scares and good building of tension. The the Foley track in this is doing some extreme heavy lifting. It's like they said, we're going to have the loudest Foley ever. And there's certain sections where the Foley doesn't really match what the action is doing, which I found quite distracting. The soundtrack is fine. It didn't pull too much away, although you pretty much know when a scare is going to come because you have lots of music, then you have nothing. And then you have a bang, you know, something to scare you. So those sort of familiar tropes kind of didn't lend itself very well to being an original horror film. And I'm sorry, but there's some relationships that I find very hard to believe in. The relationship between Sam's mum and dad. There is no way that absolutely stunning lady is married to that very geeky looking bloke, unless it was an arranged marriage. Maybe it was. I'm just putting it out there. It just seemed very odd. Anyway, It Lives Inside is not going to live inside me for very long. And I'm probably going to give it 6 out of 10. It was fine. Anyway, I'm now going to go and watch something fun and happy so I can sleep at night and not have a cupboard open so weird little eyes will pop out at me or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to try and sleep well and not drop my pens all over the car. All right. Bye, everyone.